Hello, my name is Darrell Roach. Today I'm reflecting on some things that are on my mind. Today I woke up perplexed as my spirit was seeking the deeper things in my life. I felt compelled to listen to the voice of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In one of his speeches he said, "Failure is a fact of life just as success is a fact of life." That rang a bell deep in my soul, as I have been privy to knowing both equally well. Later in the day, I was walking through the house to notice a scene in Malcolm X as he drove to what was his final speech. And I looked at the eyes of Denzel Washington playing Malcolm. It made me ask a question about both men. The question is simply, what truly was on the hearts of these men as they walked into the final minutes of their last days? This is a question I have asked myself time and time again as I have been growing into the man that I was born to be. Reflection on life is a precious gift, as the ability to reflect is one given to those who've been blessed with the time to live through some things and have gained the wisdom to ask, what have I done with my life? And what was my purpose? The answers to both of these questions, I believe, can be equated to the deeper things of God's wisdom. Looking at the men whom I follow in life and knowing the firm revelations that God has pressed into my heart, I can clearly see a piece of me in the lives and works in both Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King. You see, in life, we have a few duties that few are willing to step up and be accountable for. But a few men have these duties so ingrained in their being that they cannot look away. The love for people, justice, and equality is a compelling factor that must be acknowledged and acted upon with great focus and humility. I believe that in both Malcolm and Martin, they each were preachers, not necessarily preachers of religion, but preachers of truth and equality. In their time, it was bus boycotts and Jim Crow laws. But in our time, it is Trayvon Martin's and the spirit behind Casey Anthony's and countless other acts of injustice upon human beings in the United States. In a time where content is king, we are being entertained to our own detriment and distracted from the reality that as a people, beyond race, color, origin of birth, financial status, or religious differences, we are failing to remember that we must truly stand together and show a consistent and unified voice against injustice of all kinds. Whether it be in the backwoods of Alabama or the suburban cities of California, as a people, the very foundation that has been built, that makes our nation great, the progress that has been made and the lives of those lost are in jeopardy of being negated and destroyed. Over the past 5 years of my adult life, I have seen so many issues of race that are constantly driving a wedge in between people that make it impossible for us to stand together. While the rights of homosexual marriage has taken center stage, the true issues of the right for every man, woman, and child to have equal opportunities, to live quality lives without the fear of being a casualty in this lost society. No one wants to be the next martyr for things to change. So as I leave you with a very serious question. Can we, as a nation, stand together under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all? Or is the dream dead?